Good morning, YouTube. Today is Saturday and I'm filming my very first wedding today. So here's what the day looks like. My Aunt CJ is getting married to her fiance Joe. I'm headed out to the hair salon in the morning and I'm gonna take some photos for them. Then when we get to the venue, I switch over from photographer to videographer. They just want their ceremony recorded, so we're just looking to make them like a 2-minute wedding trailer instead of a full-blown wedding film. I've been struggling to find the motivation to want to make videos lately, so I wanted to vlog this as a way to kind of get back in it and find that inspiration for making a video. So this one's gonna be super chill. This is me filming my first wedding. Well, thank you. You too. I got my hair, dude. They braided it. I've never had my hair braided. I feel so pretty. So hair pictures are all done. Now we have a couple hours to kill before I gotta get to the venue, but it started raining. Personally, I'm not too worried about the rain just because that's not the kind of person I am, but CJ's pretty worried, and rightfully so. But we'll see. We got a few hours before we have to be at the venue. You a flower.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you recording me?
Yeah. So this is the actual wedding trailer. After, I'll talk about how I made it. So there you go. That was a little 3-minute wedding trailer slash music video for CJ and Joe's wedding. Next, I want to talk about a little behind the scenes of how I made that, as well as some lessons I learned from it, as this was my first gig as a wedding videographer. Okay, let's talk about gear first. So I used the Ronin SC2 as my gimbal. I was shooting on the Canon 90D with a Sigma 18-35 f1.8, and that drone is the DJI Mini 2. I only brought the gear I knew I was going to use, and I knew which gear I was going to use because I wrote that out in a little script / pre-production cheat sheet that I wrote out weeks before the wedding. When I say pre-production cheat sheet, literally all it is a Google Doc where I just brainstorm ideas. I wrote down what I talked with CJ and Joe about, and I just came up with a loose framework of how I wanted the shoot to go and how I wanted the edit to go. One of the things I learned that I blame on lack of experience was just missing certain key shots, so I never got any footage of the bride's wedding ring. In that video, I included Joe's ring, but there's no footage of CJ's ring, and that's just because I forgot to record it. I think that's the kind of thing that just becomes instinct as you film more weddings, but if you're a beginner like me and you want to avoid making a mistake like that, I recommend making a checklist. Write out everything that you know you want footage of, and then on the day of, you can just go down the list and make sure you have everything. Another thing that I ran into while filming this was some social anxiety around filming in front of people, especially when I was going down the aisle. So you can see in all of these shots, I'm slightly off center, and I was just like nervous sweating like hell just recording this because you could feel people's eyes on you. It's really nerve-wracking, but in retrospect, I wish I would have been more assertive in getting the shots that I wanted. What's rule number 1? Get the shot. I need to get that tattooed. I think the last big lesson I learned was in communicating with the bride and groom, I wish I would have been more obvious in asking and stating the boundaries that we're comfortable with. So for example, going down the aisle like those shots, the reason I didn't want to go down the center all the time is because I didn't want to ruin the actual lived experience of the wedding party. At the same time, if I want to make the best video possible, I need those shots, which means I need to be in the action. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I wish I would have talked to the bride and groom more explicitly to figure out what they wanted. So I guess you could boil this one down to communication. I wish I would have communicated more clearly. Honestly, all things considered, I'm super happy with how this wedding trailer came out. I set to make a pretty standard cinematic, high quality wedding trailer, and I feel like that's what I did, and I'm happy with the end product. CJ and Joe said they loved it as well, which at the end of the day, that's what matters most. Obviously, I'm not an expert. There's a lot more people on YouTube that know a lot more about wedding videography than I do. That being said, if you have any questions, if you're a beginner yourself and you want to ask me anything, feel free, head down to the comments. I answer like every single comment. Thank you guys for watching this video. Consider hitting that subscribe button if you liked this content. I just hit 300 subs like last week. That's super dope. Thank you guys so much. Like a YouTube sub honestly means more than an Instagram follow or a like or anything like that. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch the videos I create. It means a lot. It makes me smile, gives me some dopamine. I appreciate it. Bye.